Hey YouTube, what is up? I just got back from PAX East and boy did I have a blast. Last year I went and there was absolutely nobody playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Which disappointed me greatly because I brought my binder and stuff like that. This year though, the r/Yu-Gi-Oh! Subreddit did a meetup and I got to go and I really enjoyed myself. I met like 5 or 10 people. It was amazing. I got my ass slapped by magnets. So I'm going to put the link to the r/Yu-Gi-Oh! Subreddit in the description down below if you want to find that subreddit. A lot of discussion, a lot of news, and a lot of cool concept art. I actually find most of my news on that subreddit. So feel free to, subscribe to that subreddit so you could just join the r/Yu-Gi-Oh! Community because they're a bunch of cool guys. And with that being said, I was at PAX, like I mentioned. I kind of blew my knee out, so I'm sitting, and I spilled hot baking grease on my thigh this morning. So I have like second-degree burns on my left leg, and my right knee is blown out. So I'm taking it easy and sitting down through this video. So yeah, either way, let's get into the card discussion. There are 2 cards that I think warrant discussion that are being brought out for the new Link format. I think they are very interesting and very strong cards, and that's why I want to talk about them. The first one is Return to Front Lines. It's basically the power crept version of Oasis of Dragon Souls in that it's a normal trap that targets one monster in your graveyard, special summons it in defense. Its effects are not negated, it is not turned to a worm type. It's a normal trap, so even if you Ghost Ogre it, Twin Twister it, MST it, it doesn't stop it. Trident Pop doesn't stop it because the card's a normal trap. It doesn't need to be face up to resolve. So I think this really is the power crept version of Oasis of Dragon Souls, and that makes me think we might eventually get an attack position version of this that is the power crept version of Call of the Haunted. This is actually really interesting to see because this seems like how we're going to be link summoning and bringing out extra monsters. You'll basically link summon with 2 monsters, they'll go to the grave, and then you use this card to special summon something that can special summon from the grave, and then you just make a Xyz or Synchro on top of that. It's really weird. It seems like we're just going to be relying heavily on the graveyard to actually bring out link monsters, and that's pretty interesting, but it can also be pretty boring. Maybe DD Crow will be a little more useful, or cards like DD Ground, stuff that banishes from the grave, because if you can't recycle your materials, you're gonna have to go really, really neg to bring out like 1 link monster and 1 Xyz monster. So it's pretty interesting to see. I'm also very interested in the next card that I want to talk about, which is Cyverse Gadget. I'm going to read from my phone briefly because it has 2 effects and I don't want to get it wrong, and I want to read stats and stuff like that. It's a level 4 light Cyverse type effect monster. It's basically, in line with other gadget monsters, level 4 and light. Its attack is 1400, its defense is 300, and its first effect is when this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense, but its effects are negated. So this is really cool because this effect is not once per turn. If you can use something like double summon, you can literally use this effect twice. But what's more interesting to me is its second effect, which can be used once per turn and only once that turn. That effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, maybe for a link summon, you can special summon 1 gadget token. Cyverse type light, level 2, attack 0, defense 0. And now the reason that is important is because you can use tokens to link summon. So pretty much you can use this card for anything, Synchro, Xyz, whatever you want. And then you can bring out a link monster after, because once it leaves the field, it brings out a token. You can even use it to make a link summon, then use it again to make a second link monster using its token, because it normal summons brings out 1 monster, and then those leave the field, and then you get a free token on top of that. So you can even like link ladder and go even further. You can go from link 2 to link 3. There's a lot of things that this card allows you to do. Decks like ABC might actually be tier 0, because if you could turbo turn 1, make ABC Dragon Buster some way, you can actually tag it out on your opponent's turn, and then you get 3 monsters, and then you can use Return to the Front Lines to bring it back in the monster zone and not the extra deck monster zone. And then you can go even further with Xyz, link summoning, stuff like that. You can make a link monster with the 3 A, B, and C you have, and then banish them from the grave to bring out another Dragon Buster on your side of the field. There's a lot of possibilities. I'm really thinking ABC might stand a chance, but I think I've rambled long enough. Let me know in the description down below, guys, what you think of these 2 new cards. If you think they're actually going to affect the game, if you think they're going to slow the game down, speed it up. I want to hear your opinions. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe because it's free, it's fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.